Just for the wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, indeed, big shout out to all you guys and girls here in Bali. We should have a great few days of Dota 2 ahead of us. Pleasure for us to have you join us here on site.
I mean, we're truly in for a treat this match. And let's see, I've been continuing to... I actually thought we were going to see more ET this tournament. I think ET and Clockwork were two of the melee support heroes that I thought were going to be very much so on the rise. We've seen a lot more Clockwork. This hero definitely seems to be kind of dominating. Good answer versus ET throughout most stages of the game. Definitely a bit annoying to have to trade versus Battery Assault. Let's see if he can ensure that he can protect Chalice up here. Because that's why they also go for this ET. I mean, it's a first overall pick, so they wanted to have it to be able to counteract this Enigma and stuff like that, so... FY, we'll see how much he's going to be able to protect that boy in the lane. So here we go.
Around the bouncy rune. PSG.LGD could definitely look to try and jump here with nothing to say, being backed up by Planet and Why You Smile. Chalice, he's not going to want to mess around here. Backs away.
They'll get
Azure Ray, they do indeed get the three of them.
Yeah, FY actually able to get a sneak up.
Yeah, just wraps around, gets up the high ground. Shiro and Why You Smile, they can't stop that. So, bit of a boost here for Azure Ray as the game begins.
It could definitely, I mean, this is probably gonna be the lane for me to watch in particular, this Clockwork versus ET, because they're just gonna battle each other. And FY, he should win most of these trades, especially when he has these Eidolons built up. I think until pretty much level 3, it's fairly difficult for the ET to try to go for trades unless he has an absolutely massive spirit from the Eidolons. But playing around Battery Assault is going to be something Why You Smile does try to do.
Yeah, definitely one of the more difficult hero matchups throughout all stages of the game for the Elder Titan to play in. We'll see how much FY is able to abuse that.
And I think mid and top are the ones that I'm going to be looking at in particular. Because top, I would say there can be that exchange where the Clockwork can do very, very well to shut down and really hurt Why You Smile. Mid, I feel like Nothing to Say could do pretty decent, although this matchup we've seen it. Even though the lane can go okay for this Pango. See what happens in the repercussions in the mid game.
Bottom lane. We'll set up with the disruption.
I mean, he's got a blast, though. Immediately get cleared away.
It's going to be hard with the early setup. So level 2s are hit. You're going to have to be careful on Tianming's positioning in particular. If he uses the disruption early and he gets sort of lack of abilities to save himself, Planet's going to be straight and on top of him. These heroes can be punished by that high burst early in that bottom lane.
I definitely have to be a little bit cautious around using these disruptions. I mean, right now, they're just using it, just illusion spam. Naga illusions, Shadow Demon illusions, trying to just guarantee themselves some extra last hits. FY, they'll get a courier.
And this mid matchup, will we see Nothing to Say take a bit of a lead, or is Somnus going to be able to keep on?
I think he might be able to keep on, but I mean, we'll see. It all depends. It's a bit of a skill matchup in a way. You have a little bit of a base damage advantage on Nothing to Say, but Pango's annoying laner. Maybe slight edge for the Primal Beast.
Hello. We get jumped upon here. Just a bit of harassment. Try and bully him whilst Tianming had stepped back away.
They've got extra regen. 4 tangos on the Shadow Demon.
Definitely feeling a bit of the early pressure on Shiro.
But top you see Shiro, he is suffering, of course, because these denies.
Unable to get as much a free farm as he would hope for. He's about to hit the level 2 on this next creep, so he can continue to be more annoying, try and close the gap onto Shiro.
It's level 2 Eidolons, they can even start posing a potential kill threat up here. That's why making sure he gives that extra bit of XP to Chalice. I mean, this has been their bread and butter. This has kind of been one of their best strategies, and they worked in the laning phase with this Enigma. Going aggressive, why?
He's able to step up. We'll grab some 2 of the cogs.
Okay.
Trying to focus down Why You Smile first with the Eidolons. They'll get him. First blood to be found by Azure Ray in the top lane. He's able to back away easily. Yeah, Shiro very, very low on the mana. Only has a few 1 charges to give him that 100 mana to rely on. This was the lane where we expected to see Azure Ray able to strike first, and they certainly do.
Yeah, FY just playing it nicely. I think just giving that little bit of extra XP so you get the 3 on the Enigma early. They're even potentially going to get the side pull off. Doesn't get the whole creep wave, gets 1 range creep. But a good aggressive move, catching both. Even, I mean, Shiro potentially can go down there. There's just a little bit more damage.
So far, Azure Ray definitely with the hot start across all 3 lanes. I mean, mid's pretty much dead even. Yeah. Literally dead even, but the side lanes for sure. Azure Ray off to a very good start. Neo's farm It's going to be a bit of a slow one here at the beginning for the Broodmother. Not having an easy time.
Stack's going to start being made. Planet actually misses the hard camp stack. It's going to start getting contested here. And they getting aggro. He's like, this is my area.
Yeah, he won't be afraid to step up and sort of chase him back. He knows that Lowe's going to be perfectly fine left on his own in the matchup against Neo in the lane. So a bit more freedom and movement for Tianming to start moving around the map.
Yeah, definitely feels it's going to be a bit of a slower one from LGD. It's going to be more reliant just around nothing to say, making early rotations to secure these side lanes that are starting to already suffer a bit here. He has kind of the dream hero to do that, though. Easy for him to make these rotations to the side lanes. But they do have those good supports in the side lanes that are the answers for the Primal Beast if they're set up for it. Clockwork as well as the Shadow Demon can't stop a lot of the aggression that comes out from him. A lot of denies for Chalice already. And similar build that he's going to go. Not the Vessel perhaps this game since he's playing, not versus a really hero that he needs to go for it on. Maybe just those auras after having an urn. Y has now hit level 3. He's got his boots in his Windlay, so yeah, he can easily get on top of these heroes.
Yeah, sure, and Y smart to be very careful with their positioning.
Bottom. Ew. 4 stacks. Is there going to be a 5th?
There's backup coming in. Nothing to say. He's going to turn up with a rotation, go straight over towards Tianming with the onslaught.
He got the 5th stack actually onto Neo, but it just wasn't enough damage there.
Yeah, they needed this rotation. Neo's having a tough start down here, so nothing to say. Heads over, gets the setup for the kill.
We'll probably see him be incredibly active moving around. Somnus, though, he's going to try to take advantage of that. Immediately shoves the mid-wave in. He's going to get some tower damage off of it. And there's actually level 6 already on Somnus.
Nothing to say. They're going to try and start things with the Pulverize, but Tianming's here to back Somnus up. They set up with the Disruption, see if Somnus can get a good angle with the Thunder. Ooh. Onslaught's off in time. Nothing to say. Does cut it a little bit short, though. Somnus is able to get the Swashbuckle off. Nothing to say. Attempts to stand his ground with the Trample, but the poison comes in from Tianming. Nothing to say. Goes down.
They should get a trade here on the SD.
Jump forward with the Cookie. They get themselves on top of Tianming. They will indeed find the SD. The same time, though, up top, Chalice was able to take down Shiro.
Nice moves. I mean, Azure Ray. Quick movements around the map. The SD going toward the mid lane gets him a quick kill with the first Rolling Thunder, and they have to pull both supports mid from PSG.LGD, allowing Chalice to go for this. And okay, he actually is just going to go for the Vessel anyway. Cool. I thought he might just go more of these aura builds since he's not playing versus something that really suffers versus Vessel so much, but see if that pays off for him. Hero.
FY's hanging around. They can look to go on Shiro again.
He's already here.
He just TP'd in onto this one, and indeed with Somnus present as well. This is not looking good for Shiro. As soon as he's back to the lane, he's going to get sent straight back to base.
Chalice and FY. These two.
A dangerous part of the map, this top lane now, of how much Chalice has taken over, and with the fact that Somnus is here now.
Yep, DD Rune is actually applying good amount of pressure here. This tower, it might just drop here. This Medusa's going to have to find some space. It's going to be nothing to say. He's got his work cut out for him in this early game.
Why you smile? He's not even going to be able to steal the Wisdom Rune. FY is back over in time, and
he could even go down here.
I think FY could definitely mess with this Chalice. He's going to TP over. He wants to get involved in this kill.
Easy kill.
It's going to be a dead Elder Titan. Azure Ray starting to rack up the kills. 5-2, 3k lead already at 7 minutes in.
Beautiful early game. Laning phase could not be going better for them. Nothing to say. It really does have his work cut out for him with these rotations. He's going to be able to find himself a stack. He's got the Blade Mail queued up. Interesting. I don't think I've seen that one on the Primal Beast before. Mid setting up on him again. There's 4 heroes, in fact. Azure Ray.
He's going to be able to get the Onslaught away.
Okay.
See if they want to chase beyond the tier 1. Somnus will hold back. Doesn't want to come in with the Rolling Thunder.
I mean, Chalice, they're just kicking up the pace very quickly. It's not even 8 minutes in. Chalice is already in the mid lane of this tower.
They just don't really have the means to stop this. I mean, YSMAR will catch FY, luckily for YSMAR there with the stomp there. I mean, if FY closes in and was able to step on top of him with a battery assault, he might have been in trouble.
Just on the edge.
So he'll live. The tower, it won't. 8 minutes in, 2 towers already been taken by this pressure of Azure Ray around the fact that Chalice had such a good start, such a good lane. There's now Planet.
Might be able to find more Planet.
Thinking about committing with the Rolling Thunder. Looks like he doesn't need to. FY just on his own really at the front with a battery assault. It's enough to set up for another kill. Planet gets taken out. They've got their eyes on this Ancient stack. I mean, Can't really take it right. They don't have the damage to do so. At the least, they can just be aware of this and be prepared to come and mess with PSG.LGD when PSG.LGD eventually try to go for themselves top.
Exactly.
I mean, Chalice has got Black Hole.
Is he just going to go for this by himself?
I mean, the TP's coming in for nothing to say. Chalice has to get out of there, and with a quick TP, he'll get out before nothing to say can do anything about it. Nothing to say, of course, will hold back on his own TP. Doesn't bother going up there anymore.
I mean, phenomenal pressure, though. They force a TP up there at the least, even though he cancels. Shiro, he's constantly under threat, and Low is not, right? Low, he's a Naga Siren, so yeah, this moment he's just sending his illusions, being able to get this nice farm down bottom.
I think we've seen before as well what Low's able to get done when he gets placed on his Naga.
Very, very true. So far, that Primal's not an issue.
Shiro,
I mean, gets him. Wait, what?
FY's having a good one. 2-0-4, solo killing the Medusa. You can't ask for more than that here from your support. FY.
He's level 6.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
At Planet and nothing to say. They don't want to come anywhere near this Clockwork. He's terrifying.
And nothing to say is the one who kind of has to fix this early game a little bit. And this Clockwork having such a good mid could give some issues.
Somnus is going to get the setup onto Waysmar. Gets kind of stuck on the high ground as Waysmar gets knocked down onto it. But there's the hook shot from FY. Swings across. Is another kill for Azure Ray. 4K lead now.
FY and Somnus on the stage. This is when they hit their power peak. 4K lead. Low getting set up for absolute success here. Shiro, very low level here on this Medusa, level 6. This defusal, it's going to be finished super early for Somnus.
It's going to be very, very difficult for him to recover. We'll see a little bit of a pause here.
Somnus probably, FY probably feeling unbelievably good this game after this. 3-0-4, I mean, 7 of the 8. A devastating start for PSG.LGD.
I don't know if you mentioned as well, but nothing to say. He does change.
He changed the build.
He's not going to go for that black.
I was wondering, I was like, that seems crazy versus a Clockwork. Need this BKB to be able to go through the battery assault at the least.
For sure, without that, you're going to have no chance trampling around in the midst of the fight.
LGD's going to have to slow the pace of the game down here quite a bit here to get Shiro back online. But he is going to be constantly under vision. Those early wards, this early aggression that Azure Ray's been able to place, taking out early towers.
Yep.
It's going to make it difficult for Shiro to hide. Low, he's going to be able to hide because he can just send illusions to push out waves and hide his real hero. So it won't be under too much threat of the Primal Beast if he does that. And Azure Ray, they're continuing to look for these moves. FY, he has hookshot. Both supports level 6.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Low's hit keeps the rest of the fourth, then they can look for kills.
Yep. Vessel's already done for Chalice.
Yeah, Chalice can farm super aggressively as well, just farming the enemy jungle here 10 minutes in.
I guess the nice thing about the Spirit Vessel this game, I was talking about, it's not like the overall best, but I guess versus Primal Beast,
Shiro, he's been found. They're able to get the angle there from the mid lane over to walk the jungle. And of course, this stage doesn't have any points in the stone gate, so very little ways to protect himself. He will have nothing to say moving over.
He's okay.
It's going to be enough to allow Shiro to back off. That's why you smile and nothing to say. I'll turn towards FY, jump forward with the but FY's going to be able to get the cogs down, or push back, nothing to say. FY, he's walking away from this.
They'll
try with a stomp, but they can't catch him. FY will lift, they'll settle for Tianming instead, or at least try for with the pulverize. And indeed, they do get him. They'll get the Shadow Demon, but FY, he's able to walk out.
The cogs, I mean, just really ruining Primal Beast's attempt there.
I mean, they had to react as they did there with the numbers, make sure that Shiro didn't go down. They couldn't afford to lose this Medusa again. They will save him. And Shiro's going to be able to farm this juicy ancient stack. Will take him a bit of time. It won't be too easy, actually. Maybe he can't farm it.
They might just be able to contest. I think they're going to smoke and look for the fight. Somnus has Rolling Thunder, and I think that's the defusal coming on the courier, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of looks towards the stack, but quickly backs away. It's not at a point of the game yet where Shiro could take those ancients. It's just too many of them. The stack's too big.
And can actually go for this for it here. They're even smoking, looking for the Broodmother. New.
The opening. And that is there. Is there going to be any help for Neo? I don't think they can, actually, with the way that they had to respond to helping Shiro. He's going to get left on his own. Chalice, he won't mess around. He'll drop the black hole to take down the spider.
Why not? At the pace of this game, them dominating kind of this early game, you can just throw a black hole for a core kill. Vessel acquired. Continue the push here. Kiss is available. Why You Smile still not quite level 6 for this hold, and they're completely getting blanked on.
And FY nearly getting the connection there with a hook shot.
They find Why You Smile. Somnus, fresh defusal.
They're diving the tier 2s. Not a lot that they have to fear right now. Azure Ray with the strength that they have. Why You Smile's gone. The tier 1 tower as well will be taken.
They don't even have to commit forward for him, and here comes the stack. Oh, this would be devastating.
They've got to do something about this PSG.LGD. I mean,
I don't think they can.
It's hard. Somnus has popped the arcane, so he's going to have that low cooldown on the shield crash and swashbuckle to help clear through this.
Oh, this is amazing. The hard camp too. I mean, it's all almost gone.
So much farm.
Kisses are up. Can they get something?
They have to punish this PSG.LGD. They've got the kisses coming in on the towards Somnus. Nothing to say. Onslaughts across the Chalice. They get the setup to bring down the Enigma, but FY pops the cogs. And they'll give the space for him and Somnus to back off. They lose Chalice, but they did the damage. They took the majority, if not all, of that ancient stat.
I cannot believe only one hero dies. The rest of Azure Ray is actually able to disengage. I thought they'd lose at least 2 for that disengage, but not the case. Not even having Song. Confident plays there from them. Arcane Rune is going to be expiring, but the damage is done from it. He still has the roll available set up around bottom for this Dusa. Shiro is so fragile versus this Diffusal at this point in the game.
They've got to try and slow down this game somehow, PSG.LGD, but it's not easy. Azure Ray, they have these 4 heroes constantly looking to fight.
Shiro.
He's in, as the Rolling Thunder. Of course, Stone Gaze on cooldown for Shiro, so he can't protect himself. FY, beautiful angle there. Comes in with a hook shot past Shiro onto Why You Smile, clipping the 2 of them. They're both gone. Azure Ray continue to get the kills.
That was like a triple efficient hook shot. He gets through both of them, stuns him, and he steals the Wisdom Rune even. It spawns as he goes.
Nothing to say, we'll steal theirs, but FY's here, and he's got something to say about that. He's got him caught in the cogs.
FY.
As quick as he makes the moves down bottom, he'll be over towards here to punish Nothing to Say for taking the Wisdom.
FY, you absolute monster this game.
Yeah, 4-0-7. They can't deal with this clock. Over in the mid, Neo. He's trying to get Chalice, but Chalice has got 1 charges, and Neo, he's got to run. He's going to go for the TP out. Somnus, has he got the damage? He's not going to be able to find him in time, so Neo will escape.
My goodness, what an early game. 13-4.
Now check this out again on the replay.
Look
Setup
at this.
on a Shiro. A bit of a the setup with the disruption and swashbuckle, not the smoothest, but it doesn't matter. Indeed, this angle, FY somehow able to get the pass by and catch Why You Smile.
And the Wisdom.
Gets to both of them.
I can't believe he gets literally the perfect hook shot possible. I mean, I can believe it because it's FY. Oh, and he has Blade Mail already.
I mean, he's super
this is huge. Great versus the Snapfire in particular. So now he has, either he can hookshot and kind of stop the kisses, or he can just pop Blade Mail, stand in the kisses, or stand inside a trample and stuff like that. It's gonna reflect quite a bit of damage. A cool pickup, a kind of selfish pickup, but well worth it if he's having this type of amazing start here. Full Blink Dagger now for Somnus. They are cruising. How is BKB looking for Nothing to Say? He does have it finished. There's still some answers. The Demonic Purge is going to be able to prevent a lot of trample damage.
And the Chalice is able to find a way to get the black hole off without getting interrupted. Could cause issues for these big melee heroes that want to run in on the front lines.
Cool, yeah, Chalice is actually going to go the old build.
FY.
Shard build, FY.
He's trying to start some action here, just running at the 3 of them with his Blade Mail. Neo, he's going to get clipped potentially by the Rolling Thunder. Yeah, they found him. And I'll drop the black hole again for this one. Somnus will get kind of blocked out by the cogs of FY, but it doesn't matter. They still kill Neo off. Defensive disruption. Offered up here and low. He's in with the song. Chalice will still die.
But they might be able to set up here for Nothing to Say.
They're surrounding him.
Thinking about it.
He's going to have cogs and battery soul back up, and indeed with the net, they'll get the setup, but he is going to get bounced to safety.
Nice stomp from Why You Smile. Stops the aggression here for a second. Do they want to keep chasing? Somnus does.
Thinking about it. Just the slow with the diffusal. Some of the tier 2 though. FY not going to be able to swing around close enough to catch them as PSG.LGD get back to the safety at the high ground.
FY. Still tanky in the face of these heroes.
Now they'll hold the tier 2 PSG.LGD. Azure Ray won't be able to push for more quite yet.
But not feeling the counter overall, like the Primal Beast pick in order to address this Pangolier. It's actually Somnus who's just having the edge over Nothing to Say so far this game. 2-0-6. Haven't seen him really able to like grab the Rolling Thunder, burst him by any means. Azure Ray covering themselves perfectly. Stomp won't connect onto the Shadow Demon either. Chumming already has the Aether Lens too. These 2 supports are massive.
Yeah, they've gone with the greedy items, as you say, building for themselves, but
why not?
It works out when they're ahead.
Yeah. I mean, your core is... You don't really need to build any of these full support items so much for the Nagasarn at this point. Low is just going to be able to split the map and be kind of on his own for the most part. So I like that they've actually gone this route for themselves.
Yeah, I think it's out of the cause, considering Somnus has potential for escape. Low to protect himself.
Shiro!
He's pretty far out on his own. He's very dead. The Medusa gone again.
I mean, FY and Chalice they seem just too comfortable with this combo. There was the tiny Enigma last time, now the Clockwork Enigma. It just has destroyed the safe lane of LGD completely. Shiro is unbelievably poor. And playing into a natural counter, of course, versus this Pangolier.
Yeah, Pangolier having a very good game. Somnus right up there, nearly as farmed as his own Naga Siren, and Low with this Orchid, he can start looking for solo plays. Nothing to Say will the onslaught off in time, but just having to run, very difficult for him to have the impact. And that's sort of in a hero situation. The Primal Beast against the Naga Siren, where as the Primal, you kind of hope to have the edge, but he cannot take that 1v1 now with the items online for low.
FY is actually hunting him right now. Fine. Nothing to say. He has to. I mean, it's a situation there where he's like, he can't use BKB. If he uses BKB and runs away, it just feels absolutely miserable because he's the aggressor on the team. He has to start getting something to be able to get the space for this Medusa because they're just the space is just not really there for Shiro, and he's playing into Naga Siren, which can be a good answer.
See if he can find Planet.
Shadow Demon.
Now we're going to search the tree line and actually goes for the blind hook shot, but as it is, Planet stepped up between the lanes. Should be, well, I say should be okay. He hasn't actually got a TP scroll on him, so he's going to be stuck in quite an awkward spot for a bit of time here, Planet.
I mean, this is kind of how LGD wants to play, though, full splitting up the map to catch up after this devastating early game. Rocket's even kind of scouting. FY seems to know. I mean,
I think he was convinced the Planet was still down there. They probably saw him around. We cleared the wave, and he obviously doesn't have a TP, so they know that Planet's still stuck on this half of the map.
He actually's down. He's actually sneaking his way out of there. I cannot believe he's surviving. And they're actually setting up for Chalice, perhaps bottom kisses.
Yeah, it's just going to come in straight away. I mean, Chalice will ease the kisses. Actually, the onslaught. Oh. The whole nothing to say in position, and indeed backups there. Nothing to say he's going to have to consider using the BKB if he wants to live through this, and then he'll pop it on an attempt to get away. I mean, meanwhile, FY did catch Neo.
Oh, he wants to get somebody here to the catch.
He can. Will I manage to force, but the Orchid up low gets the illusions out, and Planet. A cookie, a blast, he's trying to run, but the poison's stacking up. Somnus is in with the swashbuckle. They get Planet.
I kiss the thing. They try to go for this play onto him, and they can't.
And in the mid, FY, he's going to keep it under the tier 2 tower as Azure Ray, they continue rolling once more. 18-5 lead. Once again, just struggling to slow them down.
Shiro is 1-5. All core is just not having any type of game whatsoever. The support's even struggling as much as them too. So we're right. It's almost an Aghanims finished up for Somnus. They are not. They don't feel like they need any type of cooldowns. Immediately smoke up, look for a fight. They don't care about Black Hole. I like the build actually for Chalice. He's gone. It's just him sticking in the back lines and fighting.
They're looking for Shiro.
Ooh.
He's gonna get under the tier 2. And a good job he does. They were very, very close to being able to get that catch on him.
Yeah, it's cool that he's gone. This was
I mean, they're going to know that he's going to sweep over to go towards these camps instead. Tian Ming is looking for the setup, and he's got it.
They've got it.
Disruption's there. He's have to come in. Somnus is in with the Rolling Thunder. Shiro is the only way he can save himself. He's going to get the game. FY's on top of him, and FY's here. Shiro doesn't stand a chance. Spiders will be enough to take.
Can LGD get any?
See, no. Now get the chance. FY hook shots back in. Washbuckle, of course, spoke from White. Got the shield crash off, so a little bit of damage reduction, but the kisses coming in to survive. Caught by the net. Low up for the fight. Planet forcing Neo back to safety. Low's going to try to continue to chase.
Okay, LGD finally kind of strike back in this one. They lose their Dusa, but they do get themselves 3 much-needed kills. Slowing down Somnus's here. But they lose Shiro, and he is the one that needs
recovery. He is. Despite these deaths, he's still the most farmed on PSG.LGD, which is where you need to see them. It's true. It's just still, quite the difference between what he's got. Planet halfway towards the Aghanims, looking for just any sort of way that he can save some of his team.
Nothing to say, the hook shot. But he gets the battery assault.
He's going to be able to interrupt the potential to charge out. BKB is still on cooldown for 20 seconds. There's no escape for the Primal. Nothing to say. He's gone. FY catches again.
FY. What else is there to say?
On the main stage,
6-0-11. I mean, he's been missing the land stage, of course. He is more than halfway. He's almost 3 components on that Aghanims already.
This is wild.
This is an insane performance. Level 13 as well, too. He is keeping it up with the cores almost.
Tower's going tier 2.
Continuing a full Aghanims delivered on Somnus after that last fight, too. He didn't have it in the last one. He's got the 15 talent as well, too, so... Gonna be able to shred the Medusa inside of his Rolling Thunder. Even though Shiro, he'll have some type of answer.
FY. He's going to find the angle.
Another one.
He's able to get the setup on it while you smile. Is there any way they can get him off for him? New's going to... I mean, he can't really do much at all. Somnus is chasing down Why You Smile with a slow. It would look for the stomp. Somnus will be able to link back to dodge it.
Oh, nice place. Why he used the shard to jump himself out.
Somnus tries to chase, but won't clip him with the swashbuckle. So this time round, Why You Smile able to survive. Shiro's managed to get his next item done. The butterfly is complete on Medusa.
They're starting to slow things down a little bit here. And yeah, Innocence ends up surviving from that nice little shard play. Didn't actually see that he was the one who got it from the Tormentor. Whoopsie.
And Lowe's looking for Roshan.
Yeah, it's time to go for it here. LGD definitely can struggle fighting around that pit here with the advantage that Azure's got. They are going to smoke. Don't feel like they can make it there in time by any means. That's way too quick. It's going to go down.
She grabs it here. Somnus or Low. They'll let it go the way of Low. Keep the Naga Siren safe.
I think Somnus is feeling pretty damn good anyway. And yeah, they're going to smoke off of this. They're going to look for these battles. Don't let LGD slow the pace down. Nothing to say is also, I mean, he's still also farming. BKB and Kaya-san just finished, has an Arcane Rune. He also now has the level 15 talent, a pretty strong one that he needs.
They'll find Why You're Smart.
And the freebie.
Easy catch for the clock. FY.
He'll say space, you know. He was breaking the smoke.
See that item timing coming out for Chalice as well. A few more creeps and he'll have his Blink Dagger. The waves getting pushed in low. Up to the tier 2 bottom, already very, very low down here. So this tower should be gone. Chalice will start to bring in the mid. High chance that they'll be able to take both these tier 2s at the least during this Aegis time.
I mean, LGD is just playing full farming up. Look at Planet. He's actually, I mean, he's also pretty farmed on the Snapfire, keeping up almost with FY. It's more about him getting these creeps, but he's actually 3 components toward his Aghanims as well, too, as a 4-staff, so.
Radiant's top tower is under
LGD is
attack.
starting to get some recovery outlets here, even though it's been Azure Ray all this game applying that pressure. 22-8.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Yeah, that's kind of crazy how Planet is indeed.
He's so
How
farmed.
that he's got the same amount of money as FY. I mean, FY's hit more creeps. FY's 6-0-12. And, you know, Planet, he's only 4-2-2.
I mean,
so I guess it's just the fact that the kills that Planet was involved in were worth that much more gold because of how far ahead Azure Ray were at the start. But, yeah, pretty crazy that actually equates to him having the same net worth as FY.
Somnus for a bit of a solo play here. E. Be enough to save, doesn't look like it. Shiro also getting pressured in mid.
See if they can chase Neo down up top. Chalice, he's going to drop the black hole. He gets the catch onto Neo. Hook shot across from FY. They lock down and kill the spider.
He secures the kill. He's like, mine, Chalice. That's his Aghanims. And Somnus playing alone bottom. He has these 2 buddies on the mid lane to be able to pressure as well, too. They forced quite a bit from LGD there.
Yeah, I mean, he's just able to get in underneath the tier 3, take the kill, and there's nothing that they can stop him during the rolling thunder.
3 minutes still on this Aegis.
Push coming in.
Siege.
Yeah, Low starting to beat down onto the tier 3.
He's got the Dragon Scale, too, for that consistent siege.
See if they can slow down this push. Nothing to say. Goes forward with the onslaught. Backup's in, though. And Azure Ray also bringing in the top with Chalice's push from the Eidolons.
Soon on Planet, but first, of course, FY, he's got his finish just a bit ahead of time here. These triple rockets, they'll be frustrating to play. LGD might just start getting constricted into the base here. It's going to be difficult for them to kind of pierce out here now with this Naga. This big, just being able to kind of keep all 3 lanes shoved in. See how Shiro breaks out of it here. See how PSG.LGD answers to this.
He's got a lot of money, Shiro.
He does.
So we'll be able to start making moves towards his next item if he wants to forego having the ability to buy back.
Okay, they're going to smoke to get out. See if they can catch anything here. Still a minute 40 on the Aegis.
And they have that Aghanims to bail them out or get them in from Planet if they see the chance for a good play, good setup.
Low, he's got the full butterfly. Shiro does not have the MKB. Low's just walking at him.
Tamming's going to be able to disrupt himself. And well, nothing to say. We'll still be able to catch him with the onslaught. They've got the kisses and the pulverize. They drop a lot of ults for that. Low's coming in from the side. Tries to get on top of Shiro. We'll catch him with the silence. Shiro keeps his cool, though. And to pop the stone gaze here. The net caught him. And Neo, he's got no way to protect himself with the greaves already popped. It's a dead spider.
They're going to keep this push going. We'll still up 70 seconds Aegis. Nothing to say. I'm saying to kind of try to clear these illusions here for a second.
under attack.
Can push them back here. 4 versus 4.
Was just standing there. He's got Butterfly Heart. This Medusa can't actually hurt him until that MKB is online for Shiro.
And they'll force out the glyph.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Got to make a move soon, otherwise these racks are going to be going down. Tier 3. Set up with the stomp. Nothing to say. Trying to start off the move.
Just trying to clear these illusions out. But
Can't push him back.
He's just persisting.
Tier 3's gone. They're onto the barracks.
This Aegis, it's extremely effective.
It's getting clipped by the swashbuckles, the disarms. Shiro having to back away the illusions, just pushing PSG.LGD away from this defense. Backdoor protection will kick back in momentarily, but they've got another wave coming through, Azure Ray.
He's been whittling on mid too with the Dragon Scale. I love when I see these Naga Sirens do this.
It's going to be 2 Tier 3s at the least. And I've got Neo back up, so PSG.LGD, they've got the full lineup back in play for the attempted defense here.
And low, he's actually going to pressure. I mean, all 3 lanes still continue to be shoved in. Now Tianming, he's made it back into the fight. He can keep creating these illusions as well as this Naga Siren. X's are getting whittled down. Aegis will get reclaimed with an excellent hit there from Azure Ray. And the Rockets to just ensure that they stay inside the base, FY.
Dire's top
They're
tower
completely
is under
trapped,
attack.
PSG.LGD. MKB's done. Shiro finishes up his next item purchase.
He's going to need every little bit to buff him up. They've got the Solar Crest already done on Why You Smile, but it feels like they need absolutely everything. Drums, etc. Medusa needs all the enabling as possible when she's this behind.
Dire's middle barracks is falling.
There's the range racks. That's one dropping. He continues to just poke top low. Dragon Scale is so disgusting on illusion heroes. Especially when they can't even kill the illusions very
And
quickly.
they're tough ones to take out with his heart and Butterfly done on low.
I mean, look at this. He's poking mid with Dragon Scale, poking top tower with Dragon Scale. I think he's even sending the illusion bottom to poke the melee and range racks as well with it too. That damage,
Dire's bottom
it adds up.
barracks are under attack.
And the Aegis may be gone, but I don't think Azure Ray is going to feel it's too necessary to back away.
No, they're just completely trapped inside the base.
Yeah, they could just keep pushing. This Tier 3 indeed looks to be being taken out. It's LGD. Somebody's got to start the fight. Somebody's got to go in first here on the defense. Otherwise, they're just going to slowly lose everything.
They're just getting whittled down. Full items are starting to get delivered for Azure right now in these last few moments too. The Butterfly was just finished for low. He's got a Hex pretty soon. Somnus has a Lincoln's now to protect himself versus the Primal Beast. Nothing to say almost having an Aghanims, but they're making the move on him.
Catch him with the Demonic Purge. Some of the shield crash.
He's trying to hold his BKB, and he will be able to.
Just get the Earth Splitter coming out, though, from Why You Smile. So an ult down. And with that in mind, low, he's just straight back in onto the racks in the mid.
Seems like he just knows they can't focus him.
And they're not even trying, as it seems, to push him back. They're just going to let this Rax go. And there's nothing to say. We'll TP in. We'll see if they can punish it. They get in on top of the Naga Siren, but he's able to pop the Manta.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of damage here, low.
And he's got the song off.
He could be in
Kisses
trouble.
are coming in, so has to continue to keep his distance and dodge these kisses. Good connection with the kisses. Not quite enough. It's a good effort to try and get low, and they won't quite find him.
That was close. The ET Spirit damage amp up there for the kisses. If he hits maybe 2 more, it could be a kill. Now Shiro, he's too far up. He's gone.
And he's not got the buyback. He's spent up there for the MKB.
He went forward so far without his team.
That might be it here in this game one. As Azure Ray, at the same time, they had the Siege Creep pushing on the bottom, so PSG.LGD, they had to pop the glyph, so they've got no glyph to protect themselves, protect these barracks. As they'll get the push back on here, Azure Ray.
I mean, the Vegas are coming.
No Medusa, nothing to say, trying his best, comes in with the onslaught, will manage to catch and kill the Shadow Demon. As Somnus hits them all with a shield crash and the swashbuckle. PSG.LGD scrambling back towards the fountain. Somnus blinks in, takes out another. They'll tap out here. GG is called. Azure Ray will take game 1.
Damn. And with quite a statement, too. Pretty flawless execution across the board. FY doesn't die throughout the game.
I think that top lane was maybe it's favored Clock Enigma's way a little bit, but it was just so ugly up there. It was way too ugly. Medusa should have some tools to deal with it. They stepped out of position. I think Chalice and FY here just played out of their minds.